put hairspray in it or it just stays up?
No, although I did BYO hairspray today. Oh, the hair erection is natural normally, but you know, for special things,
Yeah.
I like to make sure it doesn't like go flaccid at all.
That's Josh Ostrovsky. You probably know him as the Fat Jewish. He's notorious for his absurd antics.
This is a cardio party. You guys feeling the burn? Woo!
And he's hugely popular on Instagram with more than 10 million followers. But he's also been at the center of controversy. In 2015, he was accused of plagiarism, stealing jokes and reposting them to his account. Ostrovsky says he was just sharing stuff he thought his followers would like and often didn't even know where the jokes originally came from. He's since promised to attribute his posts. And while you might think of the Fat Jewish as the internet's class clown, these days he's focused on something else entirely: rosé.
With a large audience, like you know what they want. You're running a huge focus group every day. For younger people, like if you're gonna drink like vodka or something, like you know what brand you want. You walk into a store and you say like, I want Tito's, I want Grey Goose. I know what I drink. But when it came to wine, and specifically rosé at the time, no one could name a rosé. At least not anyone that we knew, or not anyone that we would want to like hang out with or party with.
Wine.
David Cohen is Ostrovsky's co-founder.
That kind of led us to the question, like, could we be the Tito's or the Grey Goose of rosé, or even wine?
Ostrovsky, Cohen, and 2 others founded Swish Beverages in 2015. The popularity of their White Girl Rosé and Babe canned wines caught the attention of Anheuser-Busch, who acquired a minority stake in the company.
When they first reached out, we weren't surprised, but that's largely because we specifically like kind of got in their way. Like we always imagined the can to sort of be the beer of wine. It feels like a beer, it's in the occasions of a beer, but it's great, it tastes better, it's more fun, it maybe gets you a little more drunk.
Where is Swish headed next?
We're really developing kegged wine as like a huge part of our 2019 plan. As we start to work with Anheuser-Busch distributors, you know, in bars and restaurants, they're used to dropping off kegs.
Ostrovsky isn't the only internet celebrity who spun his notoriety into a successful business. The founders of Instagram account FJerry are behind the popular party game What Do You Meme, and Ariel Charnas of Something Navy has her own clothing line at Nordstrom. But Ostrovsky didn't want to rely on internet fame alone to sell wine.
When I'm walking through a store, I'm not going to immediately associate you, the Fat Jewish, with those products. Was there a purposeful decision in not branding it the Fat Jewish?
Very, very much so. We wanted
That was the biggest
decision. Whether you know me or not, we wanted something bold that stands out that you could see from 100 feet away and say, wow, that's screaming at me.
They also hope to bring that wow factor to their marketing outside the store.
Why the pink Mercedes? I mean, obviously it makes you even more recognizable.
It's a great marketing initiative.
We'll park this thing outside of a bar or a nightclub. Like you can get in it. You can sit in it. I mean, we prefer you didn't like barf in it. The reason we made a pink car, right, as opposed to just like more Instagram accounts, is that people are experiencing a little bit of social media burnout, right? How many times can I look at your baby? How many times can I look at like a blazing pink LA sunset, or your acai bowl, or your 5K that you ran?
I feel like you're talking about my Instagram right now.
We actually looked at your Instagram. There's only so many acai bowls I can look at before I'm like, enough. So we want to give people real things, and that's part of the reason we created the wine.
What's your thought process behind getting a tattoo?
The thought process is that there is no thought process. If you're gonna make a bad decision, make it last forever.
What tattoo are you getting right now?
This is actually the WNBA logo. Big fan of women's basketball.
Did you mean for this to happen, or is this all just one big accident?
This was exactly what was supposed to happen. I mean,
You knew that when you joined Instagram that you wanted to build it into some massive following?
No, I mean, at first it was just for me to be like an idiot, but once I saw the audience growing and it felt like people were actually watching, it was like, how do I actually create something real here?
Now, is this why you've created, though, a company like Swish, because you feel like there is no longevity in the social media side of it?
That's right. Yeah, there isn't. You can only do the influencer thing for so long. The more people, there's no limit on how many people can join social media and become influencers.
So you try to capitalize on this while it's hot.
Well, it's just like having an audience will always be like having people like interested in what you're doing and like caring about them and listening to them will always be something that's happening. The question is like, how long is it sustainable for people to just be hawking for brands? It's just not that sustainable. Eventually there'll be too many influencers, the market will be too saturated, and the value of an influencer post will continue to plummet.
You look at the cans, Babe Rosé. You look at the wine, White Girl Rosé. You call yourself the fat Jewish. Some of those things, they're teetering on that line of maybe borderline offensive.
People get offended by a lot of things. Our intention has never been to alienate or exclude anyone.
Kind of equal opportunity. Like, I'm making fun of everyone equally. First and foremost, myself. Like, I'm a giant adult infant baby with like a erection, you know what I mean, in a pair of like Realtree overalls. Like, no,
Calling himself fat in his name.
that's what I'm saying. Like, no one is more down to actually roast themselves than me. How bad can you feel about yourself when it's me making fun of you? Like, look at this.